What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by the vlog. In this episode of the VC Breweries podcast, we interview Johanna from Red Tandem Brewery in Oxnard, California. In the podcast, what they forgot to mention is they host Sunday morning bike rides from the facility during normal times, and every first Tuesday of the month, they hold an open house at their facility. Hope you enjoyed the show and hope you enjoy hearing their story about how they made their dream come true. It all started with a walk around the neighborhood. So check it out. Here we go.
All right. I see it.
Okay.
All right.
Johanna, welcome to the podcast from Red Tandem Brewery in Oxnard, California.
Thank you, Andres.
From what I
Nice to talk
see,
to you.
nice to talk to you. From what I see looking online, established in 2014, thereabouts.
Yes. Yeah, that's when we started the planning. But we actually opened our doors, soft opening in May of 2016.
May of 2016. So why don't you give me a quick bio of your brewery and the people involved in running it.
Sounds good. All right. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So Red Tandem Brewery, located in Oxnard Shores, California, a quaint little neighborhood brewery. Like I said, we first opened our doors in May of 2016. And the thinking and the planning of the brewery started in 2014. It's currently owned by my husband, Mark, and myself. And we have about 4 people that help us, on the brewing side and also in the tasting room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's about it. We're a 5-barrel system, so a pretty small brewery.
Yeah, I think that the technical stuff would be interesting to some people if you want to go into that. Yeah. So you have a 5-barrel system?
Yes.
I did notice that when I went in to pick up my beer yesterday, that for the number of people that were there, there weren't that many cars in the parking lot. So you are a local neighborhood.
We are quite a local neighborhood brewery. Matter of fact, our nickname is the Cheers of Breweries. Because pretty much everybody that comes in, you know, if you come in more than once, you're pretty much family. It's got that type of very intimate feel and appeal to a lot of the local people. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I live, down the street.
Right.
Off, if you take a straight shot down Woolly the other way, I live in down that, I guess, main road.
Right.
And I think, I've always looked for or wanted to look for a neighborhood pub brewery close to where I live. So I guess I stumbled upon one. Well,
absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of people
2016, I stumbled upon one, right? But
exactly.
Okay. So do you guys have a specific style of beer you brew, or is it just what you guys like to drink?
Pretty much what we like to drink, but our philosophy towards, brewing, we started home brewing several years ago, and we like just traditional beers, so German beers, Belgians, wheat beers. But so far, our philosophy has been just keep beer simple. Beer's been around forever. We don't want to alter it too much. So whenever you come to our spot, you're going to find that our beers don't have too many, extras. Like we don't use fruits and other stuff. It's just going to be traditional beers brewed right. And because of our size, we are able to change our taps quite frequently. And we also are able to give the beer time to age. And that's one of the things that we get pretty good reviews about. We don't rush our beers. It takes time. So they're usually pretty good now. Small batches. So we are able to do that.
Yeah. So a lot of the, I guess I want to say all the breweries in the area, I'm sure they all started off as home brewers.
Yes.
When you started home brewing to when you got the idea to opening the brewery, how long was that? Had you been home brewing for a long time prior to opening?
Actually, my husband has been brewing for over 20 years. And he restarted home brewing. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. So for me, to get a good English beer, I feel like, that's like the upper echelon of my beer experience. So when I met my husband, I drank a lot of, Guinness and Newcastle brown ales. You know, I liked certain reds.
Yeah.
And he always was like, no, why are you drinking that stuff? Like, yeah, I like it. You know, for me, that's like, you know, pretty special stuff.
Right.
So he's like, you know what? I think I can do way better than the stuff you're drinking. So how about this? I'm going to make you, you know, and I like reds. That's where it started. So reds and ambers. So it's like, I'm going to brew you one of the, you know, your red ales that you like and see what you think, you know, see how it compares to your other beers that you buy in the store. So that's how it started. Because he had taken a break from brewing for many years. So he brewed it for me and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can actually taste the difference. And that was the first time I was actually tasting homemade beer. And I was fascinated how much different it tasted from the store-bought stuff. So that's where I started. And that was about maybe 2013. So we continued brewing. And then in 2014, my dad was actually visiting from Ghana. And he took a walk in our little neighborhood and he came back and he says, hey, did you know that the hair salon had gone out of business? And we're like, no, we didn't know, but this presents an opportunity. Maybe we can start a tiny little brewery and see how it goes.
Right.
So that's how it actually came about.
That's
yeah,
a good story. Right.
Well, thank you.
that's like you have an idea. He made it because he liked it and then you liked it and then it was good. Yeah. And then now you guys are in business and the cheers of
microbreweries.
Cheer of microbreweries. That's good.
Almost 5 years later. Yeah.
So I went to pick up Hazy Cascade Wolf IPA yesterday.
Yes.
I assume it has Cascade hops in it.
Yeah. So that's where the name came from. Pretty straightforward. It's made with Cascade hops and Wolf hops.
Okay. So can you tell us what I guess the story or the profile or describe, you know, what is in this beer and why you guys made it? Because you guys only have 6 taps when I went. At least that's what was on the board. 8 taps. 8 taps,
yes.
And I assume because there are only so few taps, you have to be, you know, you're going to put out there what everyone likes.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we're pretty selective. Yeah, because we don't have, you know, many taps. So we make sure that whatever we put on tap is going to have that appeal. Now, for as long as we've been in business, you know, the hazy craze has been around, but we're resisting the urge to brew a hazy just because I'm like, yeah, I don't even understand what a hazy is.
No, I totally understand. I mean, I was on a hazy kick for a while, and now I go out of my way to find other beers to try that aren't hazy, and it's getting more and more difficult to find. I mean, so I work in Thousand Oaks, and so I pretty much pick up beer on the breweries that are on my way home from
Thousand Oaks, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. So you know, I'll pick up if they say they have something new that isn't a hazy. I'll make sure that I go out of my way to make a stop at that brewery to pick that thing. So I understand what you're doing, and I understand why you're not, you know, 8 taps of hazy IPA. I understand
exactly. Yeah. So we decided, we actually started brewing this beer because of popular demand. You know, everybody comes like, everybody has a hazy, and you know, what's with Red Tandem? Like, yeah, you know, we just want to keep it again traditional. But we had so many requests. You know, I just threw up my hands. I'm like, okay, fine, we're gonna make you a hazy. So that's how it came.
And I would say you were pretty restrained on the haziness of the haze, right? So
correct.
It doesn't look like orange juice in a glass.
Exactly.
Right. So it's an IPA by definition.
Right.
But I mean, you just, you know, put it a
little
on the hazy side. Right. No, I understand. I got it.
Yeah. And I must say, ever since we introduced this, it's had quite a lot of positive reviews. So I think within 6 months of introducing it, we brewed it 3 different times, which is, you know, very special for us, you know, being such a small place.
Yeah.
So, but
I looked on Untapped, right? And it's, you know, it's this beer has good reviews on that site, right?
Oh, why? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, so, and that's just people, they go out of their way to find that site to go. And I mean, those are beer people that go and review the beer that they've had.
Right.
But yeah, so I enjoy, in general, bitter, you know, tasting things.
Right.
So, I mean, this is, you know, IPA, it's on the bitter side of the scale.
Right, on the spectrum, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's quite pleasant too. And actually,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing I like about this specific beer is that even though it's an IPA,
Mm-hmm.
most people that come in, they're like, you know what, I just haven't developed the taste for the bitterness yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Still appreciate it and they can drink it, which I was actually quite surprised.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, it's bitter, and it isn't. I mean, because it's not a double or a triple
Exactly.
IPA, right? And some of those I can understand people who are either new to craft beer or IPA in general.
Mhm.
If you start them off with a double IPA, it's going to be
Yes,
a punch in the face for them,
exactly.
right?
It's a little
Especially
bit
if
too much flavor.
right, especially if they're used to like the Pilsner and the lager side of
Right.
things, right? And then you say, well, drink this one. I mean, that is
You're like,
a punch in the face of
yeah,
flavor.
quite a bit. I
Yeah,
think, yeah, this hazy is quite restrained when it
yeah.
comes to that profile. Yes.
No, well, good. No, so we have two breweries in
Mhm.
Oxnard. Now I have
Yes.
more than, on my radar, more than one place
Right.
to hit, right? And technically you guys are closer to me than the other one. So,
Right.
I guess I'll be visiting a lot more
Well,
now. Yeah.
looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
of all the stuff that's been going on, right?
Hmm.
Um, lockdown, shutdown, coronavirus, whatever. Um, what uh so it's hasn't been positive,
Hmm.
of course.
Right.
What would you say would be your biggest takeaway of what has transpired here in the last going on year of what we've been going
Mm.
through, and how has it affected your brewery and business and philosophy?
Got it. So, and that's actually a very good question. And I always, we get a lot of, people asking us that question. And so I've had a little bit of time to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one big takeaway is this shutdown has actually brought a whole different perspective to Red Tandem Brewery because again, we are a small brewery. We're in a neighborhood, so we're not easily, found. Like most people coming from
Yeah.
Camarillo, Thousand Oaks, they don't stumble, across Red Tandem Brewery. So in the beginning, we thought it was a poor location, for the
Mm-hmm.
first several years we're in business. However, during the shutdown, that I have to take this opportunity to thank Oxnard Shores neighborhood,
Yeah.
Oxnard at large, and just Ventura County. These people have been so supportive. We actually did not suffer as badly as I thought we were going to.
Mm-hmm.
We were shut down. You couldn't come in and sit and enjoy the environment, but people were coming in. It's like, you know what? I know you guys are going through a hard time. I don't drink beer, but I want to buy merchandise. I want to buy a gift certificate for somebody. I swear to God, I've been so humbled
Mm-hmm.
throughout this process
Mm-hmm.
that for me, it's been a positive. Revenue's taken a hit, but the human aspect of it has been so much more positive that I think it's actually going forward is going to be part of this story. How, the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
the town, even the mayor, our former mayor, Tim Flynn,
Mm-hmm.
took an active interest in trying to make sure that this tiny little brewery survived the hard times and came out the other end.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fascinating experience for us. And everybody out there that's listening, Oxnard, Ventura County, thank you. Oxnard Shores, thank you, because you have made a difference in this brewery surviving through the lockdown.
And I think, well, that neighborhood in general, I think is very tight knit anyway, right?
Very tight knit.
There's
Everybody
a lot.
knows everybody.
Yeah. So, I mean, we go there. So when like I said, we're a straight shot from Woolley Road to basically your front door.
Right.
And when we go to the beach, we usually, find a spot in that neighborhood, and there's always people out in their, golf carts or bicycles,
yes.
and everyone knows everybody. And because they don't know who we are, because we're going to the beach, they kind of give us, who are you in our name? We've never seen you before, right?
Right.
So I would say, going from you not thinking that it was a good spot when you guys opened or when this happened, I mean, it technically is the perfect spot because you've been adopted by the neighborhood as, their brewery.
Correct.
And I would say you would be hard pressed to find another brewery that is in your shoes, right? In the middle of a neighborhood, You're basically in
right?
the middle of a neighborhood, right? The one
We
block over,
are.
you start the houses, right?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
in the middle of the neighborhood, and you're adopted by the neighborhood as their
Yeah.
brewery,
Oh
and
yeah.
and they take you, they embrace you, and they buy all your beer, and that's great, right? So
Oh my gosh. Yes. So no, it's been fabulously positive. So
great.
yes.
So going forward, so after this is
Hmm.
all done,
Yeah.
you've had time to think because it hasn't been as busy as in regular
Right.
times. Is there anything you are going to change or implement because you've seen what the neighborhood come together, or you've seen this type of beer works better than others, or is anything
Hmm.
you're going to implement going forward because of you've had, like you said, this experience is now part of your history, um, to improve or change how you view your business or how Red Tandem brews their beer?
Well, I think going forward, the one thing we're probably going to focus on is just uh, creating more tight knit connections, with the community at large.
Yeah.
Because we're still newer, and so a lot of people don't know who we are and all
Mhm.
that. And because of our location, we're in a strip mall, so most people don't expect to find a brewery there.
Right.
But this time has provided like I said, the community spirit.
Mhm.
So I'd like to build on it to
Mhm.
make sure that people in Oxnard know more about Red Tandem Brewery,
Mhm.
and that this is your community living room. Come hang out and get to know your neighbors,
Mhm.
because beer is great, but you can buy beer in a store,
Mhm.
but being able to go to a place where you can meet up with your neighbors, your friends, and people are like, hey, I see you on the dog walk, I always wave at you, but I've never sat down and had a beer with you.
Yeah, yeah.
That component of it, I think we're going to expand that, to let people know that it's okay to know your neighbor. Let's create tighter knit communities around beer.
Great. That sounds awesome. And you can go in and you can shake the head brewer's hand when you go there.
Exactly. And he's usually hanging out or telling you about the beer,
Yeah.
and what went into it specifically. And we take input from people. It's like, yeah, I am not a huge this style fan, but could you brew me that kind? Of like, sure, if you can get like 10 people requesting this style, we'll brew it for you. And we have that
So you crowdsource
ability.
your ideas, huh?
Exactly. We're tiny.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if people love it, we name some of our beers after our customers because they request it, they take ownership of it, they bring their friends, like, hey, look at me, they've named a beer after me. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So
And that actually be pretty good if you have a beer named after you. Not everyone can say that they
exactly.
do. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
thank you very much for your time.
you're very welcome.
So now I want to throw it over to you. How
Yes.
do people find Red Tandem Brewery online?
Hmm.
However you want them to find you. How do they
Sure.
do it? Let us know what you want them to know.
Sounds good. So Red Tandem Brewery, again, kind of hard to find, but we are located, nearest cross streets is Harbor Boulevard and Woolley Road. So if you get to that corner, we're in that, Oxnard Shores shopping center. So that's number one. You can find us online, redtandembrewery.com. And we also are on Instagram and Facebook, Red Tandem Brewery, Instagram, just as it's spelled. And we're not a bike shop. A lot of people think we're a bike shop.
Yeah.
We're not. We're just
Yeah.
a brewery that looks like a bike shop.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. This
And
has been great.
hopefully we speak again after this is all done. And hopefully we speak over a beer at your place.
Sounds good. And we have our patio open, so come on over, come visit.
Yeah.
And looking forward to see you again, Andres.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to go visit Red Tandem Brewery in Oxnard, California to help support their business. If you know somebody who we should interview, if you know of a brewery in the area that you have contact with and you think would be a great fit to be interviewed, please give them my email, vcbreweries@gmail.com, or tag them in the video link and wherever this is posted. And I'll be sure to reach out to them to get them on the show so we can get every brewery in the county on the podcast, on the vlog, and get their story out there, which is really what this is all about, having them share their origin story, where they've where they've been and where they're going. Anyway, like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time.